Ever find yourself saying yes when you really want to scream no? You smile, you nod, you agree, because it feels easier than rocking the boat. But inside, a storm's raging. Your heart pounds, your stomach twists, and you wonder why your own life feels like it's slipping through your fingers. What would happen if you stopped being the nice girl? What if you traded that crippling need to please everyone for one simple truth: your own worth? Picture this. You're at work, speaking up in a meeting. Your voice wavers as you propose an idea. The room goes silent. You see the skeptical glances. You feel the old urge to backtrack, to soften your tone. But something inside you snaps. You finish your point, and for the first time, you hold your ground. In that moment, you taste freedom. You feel alive. Here's what really happens when you stop being the nice girl. You become visible. When you refuse to shrink yourself, people notice. They see a woman who stands up for her ideas, her time, and her value. Assertive people experience fewer anxious thoughts, even under pressure, because they've reclaimed their voice. Instead of tiptoeing around potential conflict, you tackle issues head-on, and the world responds. Doors open, respect follows. You're no longer the ghost in the room. You rediscover your energy. People-pleasing is exhausting. You're constantly monitoring everyone else's reactions, trying to keep the peace at the expense of your own needs. Studies show that when you stop people-pleasing, you establish clear boundaries that protect your well-being and prevent others from taking advantage of you. Suddenly, you've reclaimed hours of emotional labor. You can channel that energy into your passions: writing, painting, running, or simply enjoying a quiet evening without guilt. You build genuine connections. When you stop saying yes out of obligation, you attract relationships built on mutual respect. No more one-sided friendships where you're the favorite dumping ground for everyone else's drama. Assertive communication reduces stress by ensuring your needs are met and avoiding unnecessary conflict. You'll find that true allies, friends, partners, colleagues, will step forward, responding to the real you, not the version who just wants everyone to like her. You gain confidence, and with it, opportunities. Remember Maya? She spent years as the nice friend, always available, always agreeing, even when it cost her sleep, money, and self-respect. One day, she looked in the mirror and said, "I deserve better." She set a simple rule: no more last-minute favors after 8 p.m. At first, she felt guilty. Her phone buzzed with angry texts, but her resolve held. Within weeks, her inner critic softened. She launched a side business she'd dreamed about for years, and it took off. She didn't just feel more confident, she was. Research shows that as self-esteem and self-confidence grow, so does your ability to assert yourself and pursue your goals. You unlock mental clarity. Ceasing the need to please everyone clears the fog of indecision. Suddenly, choices become easier. You know what aligns with your values. You know what drains you. You prioritize purpose over appeasement. Psychology experts note that overcoming people-pleasing forces you to confront fears, build resilience, and develop a stronger sense of self. The result? A mind that's less cluttered by other people's expectations and more focused on your own path. You spark a ripple effect of change. When you choose yourself, you inspire others to do the same. Your sibling sees you standing up for your time and tries it. Your coworker watches you refuse a demeaning request and finds their own courage to say no. You become a beacon, proving that it's possible to be kind without being a doormat. And kindness, that's the real power of assertiveness. It's not about bulldozing others. It's about creating a world where everyone respects boundaries and uplifts one another. So how do you stop being the nice girl? First, recognize your patterns. Notice when you default to yes. Is it fear of rejection? A conviction that you'll cause conflict? Write down the situations where you give up your needs. Awareness is the first victory. It shines a light on the behaviors you've been running on autopilot. Second, practice small acts of refusal. Start with low-stakes scenarios. Decline a flyer hander on the street. Tell a barista you don't want whipped cream. Feel the discomfort. Breathe through it. Each tiny no is a rep in the gym of assertiveness. Third, use I statements. Replace passive apologies with empowered expression. Instead of, "I'm sorry, but could we," say, "I need X by time." "I feel emotion when behavior, and I'd like alternative." This method respects both your needs and others' dignity, keeping communication clear and respectful. Fourth, set and enforce boundaries. Boundaries are not punishments, they're declarations of self-respect. Decide what behavior you will no longer tolerate. Maybe it's working late for free. Maybe it's gossiping in the break room. State your boundary firmly. "I'm unavailable after 6 p.m. If someone crosses it, calmly remind them and step away if necessary. Fifth, embrace the discomfort. Growth never happens in the comfort zone. Expect guilt, fear, even anger from others. That's their reaction to losing control over you. Stand firm. The storm will pass, and on the other side, you'll be stronger. Finally, celebrate every win. Document each moment you choose yourself. Did you speak up in that meeting? Celebrate. Did you reject a toxic favor? Celebrate. Did you ask for a raise? Shaw a victory dance. Positive reinforcement rewires your brain to crave self-advocacy. Imagine the woman on the other side of this journey. She walks into a room with her head high. She doesn't shrink. She fills the space. She negotiates fearlessly. She loves deeply without losing herself. Her life is rich with purpose, not hollow from pleasing. And that woman, that could be you. Let me share Sarah's story. For years, Sarah was the go-to person for every problem. Broken cars at midnight, emotional breakdowns at brunch, work emergencies on weekends. She thought it was love. But she was exhausted. Anxiety plagued her nights. She lost sleep, lost money, lost herself. One morning, she woke up and didn't answer her phone. She turned it off and went for a run. In the quiet of dawn, she realized, "I'm not indispensable. My peace matters more than their chaos." She deleted 11 contacts that very day, friends who only loudmouthed her problems without ever checking in. That night, she journaled her dream, opening a cafe that doubled as an art studio. Within 6 months, she'd saved enough to quit her demanding job and pursue her passion. Today, her cafe is a community hub where kindness flows both ways, no strings attached. But the journey doesn't end with those courageous steps. You'll face days when old habits knock at your door, whispering guilt and doubt in your ear. On those days, remember that every no you utter rewires your brain for empowerment. Practice self-compassion when you stumble. Apologize to yourself, learn, and recommit. Build rituals that honor your boundaries, a morning mantra or a check-in journal at night, so you stay aligned with your needs. Surround yourself with champions, people who celebrate your progress, call you out when you stray, and remind you of your worth. Celebrate small victories so they become the foundation for bolder actions. Over time, what felt uncomfortable becomes your new normal. You'll move through the world with confidence, knowing that your value is not up for negotiation. This is how you sustain change and ensure that you never revert to the nice girl who sacrifices herself for harmony. What happened when she stopped being the nice girl? She gained everything she'd ever wanted: self-respect, energy, authentic relationships, and a life aligned with her values. This isn't just a motivational speech, it's a blueprint. It's a declaration that your life no longer belongs to the nice girl who hides behind people's expectations. You are more than accommodating. You are a force. So here's your challenge. Stop being the default yes. Tomorrow morning, pause before you speak. Ask yourself, is this what I want? If the answer is no, say it. Feel the power in your voice. Because the moment you choose yourself, you start living. You step off the treadmill of pleasing and onto the path of thriving. You break free from the chains of approval and embrace the wings of authenticity. What really happens when you stop being the nice girl? You discover the fierce, unstoppable woman you always were. Now go out there and be her.